Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to Forever Spinning. I am back to continue this series where I'm going through my favorite releases of 2024. In this video, we are going to be covering my 25 favorite tracks of the year. This is pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I need to ramble on too long here, so let's get right into the honorable mentions, which will be appearing next to my head here while I read a poem. This is Snow by David Berman. Walking through a field with my little brother Seth, I pointed to a place where kids had made angels in the snow. For some reason, I told him that a troop of angels had been shot and dissolved when they hit the ground. He asked who had shot them, and I said a farmer. Then we were on the roof of the lake. The ice looked like a photograph of water. Why, he asked. Why did he shoot them? I didn't know where I was going with this. They were on his property, I said. When it's snowing, the outdoors seem like a room. Today I traded hellos with my neighbor. Our voices hung close in the new acoustics. A room with the walls blasted to shreds and falling. We returned to our shoveling, working side by side in silence. But why were they on his property? He asked. Alright, now let's get into the actual list itself. Starting off at number 25, we have Hang Me From the Bible Belt by No Cure. This is a latecomer, it just dropped a couple of weeks ago, but motherfucker, this is hard. The vocals are nuts, I adore the hook, and these breakdowns should be charged with assault and battery. I liked a lot of heavy, hard songs this year, but hot damn, this is one of the craziest and catchiest. Maybe it is recency bias, but whatever, more people should be listening to this tune. Next at the 24 spot, I have Dallas by Gouge. This is heartfelt and meaningful. Christina's vocals hit so hard in their own quasi-apathetic ways. I love the guitar tones throughout. I think it really pulls this entire track together. I also feel like this is Gouge's most complete song to date. It's one of their longer songs, it's sprawling, but it's still thorough from beginning to end. And when Christina sings, "But I feel so absent," and that just continuing on and on, it is one of the best moments of 2024. Next up, it is Candy with Love Like Snow. I am such a sucker for a good synth-based hardcore track. It's just as melodic as it is intense, scraping away with these massive industrial drums and huge vocal belts. The featured backing vocals are heavenly. It's just an insane sounding song. And yeah, I feel it's the strongest track from an otherwise remarkably strong LP. At number 22, I have Mind's a Lie by DIIV. I'll be the first to say it, I was kinda disappointed by this LP, but I was not at all disappointed by the song. It's a rather strange vibe with this one, with the vocal samples and the beat throughout. It's not necessarily the same DIIV that we've grown to know throughout their past couple of releases. But then we get Graham Sales barks on top of it all and brings it right back into being a DIIV track. It falls nicely into that post-punk sound with a well-earned twist of brightness. At 21, I have Baethoven by Ekko Astral. I'll start by saying that this is an outstanding hook. It's a jittery, fast-paced ripper that obliterates your eardrums. It's one of the year's best noise tracks on one of the best noise albums. Yeah, this band has yet to miss. The vocals bounce around like a pinball between the guitar screeches and bubbly bass, but it really is that huge, repetitive hook that fits immaculately amidst the chaos that really makes this one stand out. Getting into the top 20, I have Unequivalent Exchange by Falling With Scissors. There are so many twists and turns in this 3-minute heater. This is off-the-wall metalcore that takes on multiple shapes and sounds. You might think that the chaos is coming to a close about 2 minutes in, but then they get right back to it and absolutely obliterate everything around them. It's got killer vocals and a wicked soundscape. Yeah, this kicks ass. At 19, we're gonna be going with Eating the Egg Whole by Wild Pink. Man, this song is so much fun. It's almost unfair how much fun this song is. The entire time, John Ross is singing about how things change and nothing can last forever. But he does this through really creative ways. My favorite being talking about different sports teams that have changed towns and changed names, how fan bases and organizations reacted to those changes. It's a very me song, and I can recognize that, but you cannot deny the lovely indie instrumental. The line, "Sometimes a dream ain't meant to be lived in, it's meant to be forgotten," just rings in my ear constantly. At number 18, it is Vestygian by Infant Island. Coming from one of the most intense and visceral albums of the year, this thing is on constant attack mode, even when the fire seemed to be cooling off. The lyrics and vocals are unrelenting, just as the speaker blasting percussion tries to blow your head up. It's cinematic in its grueling, gruesome onslaught. This is, at least in my humble opinion, one of the best closing tracks of the year. On the complete opposite side of the sonic realm, I have Image by Magdalena Bay. Everyone is going to remember 2024 as the year of Brat, which is fair, but in my opinion, this is the most interesting pop dance music of the year. Image in particular is a wonderful sounding song with those stringy synths, infectious bass, and angelic vocals. Not to mention those deep, crunchy synths that hit at the end. Oh yeah. It's so hard not to get lost in these grooves. I want to be out of my mind on the dance floor, absolutely bumping this. At number 16, it is Further From My Start by Prize Horse. The heaviest shoegaze song of the year goes to this thumping beast. It's kinda unfair how great these riffs sound under these slightly higher pitched vocals, and that's not even mentioning the great percussion throughout too. There's lots of tangible tension that builds to a downtrodden hook, and I adore the line, "I want to see further from my start, where it came to me." Next up, at number 15, I have "I'm Either On or Off the Drugs" by JPEGMAFIA. In a career littered with ethereal beats, this could very well be his best. The vocal cadence is also top notch, it's really hard not to sway along with him. The lyrics are candid and stripped down, this is seemingly Peggy at his most vulnerable. I do love this album for its more abrasive rock approach, but this is like the cool sip of water within the fiery hell around you. I've been listening to Peggy for years, and man, this is such a rewarding track for longtime fans. At number 14, I have 365 by Charli XCX. There are so many good songs to choose off of this album, but this is my favorite for a plethora of reasons. For starters, it's a perfect culmination of this album's sounds and themes. I mean, it is cool as hell to basically be remixing the first song on the album for the last song on the album. That is bad as hell, yeah. But that's not even addressing the fact that this is a fucking banger. The first time I heard this, I was absolutely floored, but I'll save that story for when I talk about this album as a whole in the next video. Coming in at number 13, we have I Hate Music by Carpool. Without a shadow of a doubt, this is one of the best hooks of the year. It is such a good loser drunk anthem, and as a loser drunk, I can really relate to that. It's a killer emo song for anyone who hates themselves and what they have become, but it's still a bop despite the downer lyrics. It's so easy to belt along with. This song flat out rocks, and I think it's really accessible for anyone who hasn't heard it before. At number 12, I have Soulnet by DIIV. I wasn't crazy about this album as a whole, but this song in particular is remarkable. It's got a simple guitar riff that loops and pulls you in like a soft cloud. Seeing this live only solidified it for me as my favorite DIIV song. The vocal inflections on "Just Say I'm Not Afraid," "I Love My Pain," "I Know I Can Leave This Prison" are gut-wrenching and unforgettable. All in all, it is such a dreamy shoegaze cut that I can't get enough of. Taking the 11th spot, I have This Routine by Touché Amoré. It should come as no surprise that a Touché Amoré song ended up on this list. You are watching Forever Spinning, of course. It's not as heavy as their older material, but Jeremy's vocals do all they can to be as devastating as possible. Lyrically, it is so depressing, talking about a relationship that is failing. The lyrics that stick the most to me are, "We say goodnight at different times. You're on your way to a new day, while I'm far behind." I will say that instrumentally, it is kind of bland, but that just makes Jeremy's vocals stand out all the more. There are lots of great tunes from this new record, but this one in particular just hits home for me. Breaking into the top 10, we have Hell 99 by Foxing. I mean it from the bottom of my heart that few songs this year sound as insane as this one. It's dystopian as all hell, and that's before even getting into the lyrics. There is nothing quite like the shrieks of, "Is this all there is? Is this all there is? Fuck, fuck, fuck." Not to mention, the tones on the guitar are utterly absurd. I would like to formally nominate this as my tone of the year. It's hectic as fuck, this thing rips, the solo that comes in midway through the song is to die for. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Hell 99 is a certified banger. At number 9, we have Ridgeline by A Country Western. I don't know how else to put it, but the song simply lives rent-free in my head. It's mystical and gorgeous, thriving in simplicity. It feels like a blustering winter's day while you're walking down the street with your head down. It's a little unassuming, but it's addictive as all hell. I constantly find myself singing "Ain't It Nice," "The Afterlife." It even closes out with such a quaint and cool progression until ending abruptly. Without a doubt, this is my favorite shoegaze song of the year. Claiming the 8th spot, I have Stay Golden by Combat. This song is so freaking fun. Right out the gate, you're hit with a wall of rapid guitars and even faster vocals. It's revved up to 11 from the jump and basically never slows down. It makes me want to mosh in a way that very few emo songs can. The entire soundscape is killer, every little bit that is stuffed in there is so worth it. Easily one of the coolest bands of this year, and this song is a testament to that. Broken-hearted kids don't party like their parents did in the 90s. Yeah man, I am right there with you. At number 7, I have Phases by DIIV. This is a fast-paced banger with some excellent sounding drums. I adore the lyrics throughout, especially Deep Down I'm Fading, Far From Who I Am Meant to Be, Caught in the Phases, Losing My Hold on You. Overall, it's a dynamic vocal performance, hitting some sweet melodic parts along with some equally angry screams. The instrumental never stays in one spot for too long either, constantly switching things up to keep things exciting. I do highly recommend listening to their entire self-titled EP, but if you're only going to listen to one song, make sure it's Phases. Then at number 6, I have Dancing in the Club by This Is Lorlei. I really do love it when the instrumental and lyrics just don't match the same vibe at all, and this is the crowning jewel of that from this year. The dance pop infused instrumental is meant to be partied to, but the lyrics are depressing as all hell. I think it's fair to say that it's kinda hard to get your groove on when the vocals are saying, "But a loser never wins, and I'm a loser always been." I'll admit at first the auto-tune did rub me the wrong way, but after hearing it a couple of times, I came all the way back around on that and realized how important it is to the song itself. This is an undeniable banger from an already amazing album. You're gonna have to seek this one out. Alright, getting into the top 5, we have Motions by Glass speech. God damn it, this song is so infectious. The grooves are insane, each instrument lures you in and forces you to shake your ass. When this LP first dropped, I saw a lot of people complaining online about the vocals, and I would just like to personally say that those people suck. I love the kind of lackadaisical approach to it. I think it gives it a different flavor and character. I mean, how can you not scream along to, "I'm so sick of going through the motions, I want to be the new routine"? This thing sounds amazing, it is high flying, and it's uber catchy. I cannot stop singing praises about this song, it is utterly perfect. Then at number 4, we have USPS by Liquid Mike. I'm not just picking this song because I did recently just get a job as a mailman, I'm picking this song because it fucking rocks. This was the year of Liquid Mike, and this is my favorite thing they've ever done. I can't help grooving along and shouting out every impeccable lyric. The first time I heard the line, "And that's why Jesus made the sidewalks, you would always have a safe place to run," I just knew it'd be stuck in my head until the day I die. This is perfect garage rock, alt rock, whatever you want to call it, it simply doesn't get much better than this. I cannot wait to be bumping this tune as loud as I possibly can while dishing out the mail. Getting into the top 3, we have On My Knees by MJ Lenderman. This record hit me in a million different ways this year. Sure, there are so many other songs from this album that I could have picked, namely Wristwatch or She's Leaving You, but On My Knees is the one that stuck with me the most. Let me indulge in a quick story. When this album first came out, I was actually on a plane to go on a little trip with some friends, and one of those friends was a romantic interest, and things were not really panning out my way. And while I was excited to be on this vacation, I was also pretty depressed. So let me tell you that when I heard the opening lines to this song, burdened by those wet dreams of people having fun, cause I know going on vacation brings the worst out of everyone, it just completely devastated me. So on top of the real world associations that I have for this song, it's also a banger. The lyrics dig into your brain like a parasite, the guitar lick is scorching despite its slow tempo, and his vocals are perfectly burnt in pain and yearning. I don't know what else I can say, I love this song, I will love this song for years to come, and I hope that at some point I can hear this song without having the extra baggage around it. My second favorite song of the year is actually Favorite by Fontaines DC. I've loved this group for years now, but even I didn't know that they had this in them. The range of this band is spectacular, because they can write the monstrous, evocative post-punk legend I Love You, as well as this catchy poppy tune. From the first time that I heard that lead riff, I was instantly hooked. I constantly find myself singing "You Were My Favorite" for a long time, on top of every other memorable lyric. The soundscape is dense and lush, making it so accessible. Favorite is as infectious as can be, it's literally impossible to hate this song, and if you do, then you are no friend of mine. And I will not forget that, because I'm a petty motherfucker. And now, the moment that you have all been waiting for, my favorite song of 2024 is Right Back to It by Waxahactie featuring MJ Lenderman. When I really boiled it down to pick a number 1, I had to stay true to myself and go with the song that was by my side the most this year. This is just such a perfect track, from the earnest, heartfelt lyrics to the country-infused instrumental. The vocals are divine as each artist hits their stride in gorgeous unison, but you just settle in like a song with no end. Bars, baby, bars. Right Back to It is soothing as all get out, you can play it at nearly any time. It's not that it's the most creative or innovative song of the year, but it's rock solid and can make the most callous person shed a tear. Like I said, I play this thing non-stop, I know it's gonna stick with me for years to come, so for those reasons and many others, that is why Right Back to It is my favorite song of 2024. And that is going to put a pin in this video. I would like to thank you all for watching, especially if you sat through this entire thing and made it to the very end. If you have not seen it already, I have released my 10 favorite EPs of 2024 video, and I will be releasing my 50 favorite albums of the year later in the week, so stay tuned for that, that's gonna be a fun one. And the best way to know about these new videos dropping is by being subscribed to Forever Spinning. Not only does it help me out, but it'll also let you be in the know when these new videos drop, on top of the other series that I do in this channel, such as So You're Interested In and Re-Ranked. If you like the picks that I made here, I also recommend joining the official Forever Spinning Discord server. I recommended a lot of the songs in this video on that very server. So if you feel like we have similar tastes and you might like some of these songs, yeah, go ahead and join. There will be a link to that in the description below. Also, I guess I should be asking, what are your favorite songs of 2024? You can head on down to the comments and let me know. But yeah, that is just about going to do it for this video, outside of my usual reminder for you to go out and support your local record store if you were able to, along with the local artists in your area, and well, till I see you next time, happy listening.